Hi, I'm Dr. Bree. Today I have a total body workout that is amazing for anybody, but it's particularly designed for people who have prolapse. So if you're ready to join me, all you need is a yoga mat. It's a body weight workout, so no equipment is needed, just your body and a yoga mat. And if you do have prolapse, I want to let you know to go to the link that's in the video notes. I have an ultimate beginner's guide to prolapse on my website that I think you're gonna like. So if you're ready, let's go ahead and get right to the workout. Come and join me on the floor. Okay, so for our first move, we're gonna be kneeling. And if you need a little pad for under your knees, that's totally fine. But we're gonna come up onto the knees, and I want you to notice that every single move in this routine is double duty. So we're gonna begin with some arm circles. Now, you can tuck your toes behind you if that's easier for you, or you can have your feet flat on the ground. But what I want you to be sure of is as you're circling your shoulders, and obviously working on your shoulder strength, be sure that your core is nice and strong. So I'm gonna stop circling just for a second, but you keep going. What I want you to feel is that you're lifted through the pelvic floor. Pelvic floor is lifted first, and then your low abs pull in. So feel like your hip bones, these front hip spikes, are drawing together, lifted and drawing together. So nice and strong down here. Keep circling your arms. And make sure that as you're doing this, your trunk is staying really still. So you're not like wiggling around like this. You should feel really stable through the core. So the only thing moving is your arms. Now go the other way with those arm circles. Whatever you were doing before, just go the other way. And breathe steadily. Now you'll notice that this kneeling position also gives you a little bit of a stretch in the front of your hips if you're tight in the hip flexors. A lot of people are. I am. So you might feel kind of a stretch in the front of your thighs and your hips and that strength through the core. Keep going, just a couple more. And then we're gonna now do some arm pumps. So pump, pump. Now, we're not only working the arms and the core right now, but we're also gonna be warming up the wrists. So I want you to add in a little flick of your wrists. So it's like you're pumping your arms up and then you're flicking your wrist toward your fingers towards your head at the top. So you should be feeling a little burn in your shoulders already. I know I am. Try to keep your shoulders down away from your ears so they're not all hiked up here. Keep them down and flick those wrists, fingers toward your head. We want our wrists to be nice and warm for the next move. Let's do 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, whew, shake it out, let it go. Now, we're gonna come onto our hands and knees. So inhale nice and tall, and then exhale all your air out, and carefully come forward onto your hands and knees. Now, we're gonna go into our first move, which is a leg circle. But this is where these wrists are gonna be working hard. So lift your pelvic floor. In other words, do kind of a Kegel contraction and then pull your belly button gently inward. Think of drawing those hip points together in the front of your pelvis so your core is solid. You are strong and lifted. Your back is flat like a tabletop. And already you're getting some work in. But let's go ahead and straighten the right leg behind. Nice and straight. Hold this strong. Big leg circles out to the side. So nice and slow and controlled. And what I want you to feel is that as your leg is circling around, you have to use those core muscles really strong to feel that the only thing moving is your leg. If your core isn't turned on, you're gonna be like all over the place. So core is strong, so the only thing you feel moving is your leg. Go the other way with those circles, reversing. Big leg circles, make them big. Make it a stretch and a strengthener. Keep breathing, don't hold your breath. And 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, go ahead and bring that leg down, and we're gonna turn the hands toward each other, still strong through the core, and push-ups. So touch your forehead toward the ground as you bend your elbows. And exhale on the way up. Straighten your arms without bouncing them. I kind of bounced them at first. So keep it a nice, gentle movement, strong, without popping and locking out your arms. Nice and strong, straighten them, and exhale as you come up. Let's do 3 more. And on this last one, we're gonna come on up and take a little break in puppy pose. So just bring your elbows under your shoulders and forearms side to side. Let your head be loose and let your bottom kind of swing side to side. Your core is relaxed. Your core was strong that whole time, so now it's time to let it go. Let those muscles go. Feel your sitting bones widening apart, the pelvic floor muscles in between them stretching, and it can help to actually bring your feet out to the side, internally rotating your thigh bones and bringing those feet out to the side. That helps kind of stretch those sitting bones apart and allows you to feel that release a little bit better. Okay, now let's come back to neutral. And I want you to zip up your core again. Pelvic floor first, low abs, hold it strong. Right leg back again, hold it. Maybe even reach behind with your hand. Let's do my left hand. And feel that butt cheek. You want to feel that it's nice and strong, okay? Now, I want you to lift your left hand up off the ground forward. So strong through your core. We're gonna do a brain teaser here. So use your mind and your body. You're gonna have to bend your arm and your knee and then straighten everything and then come in. So straighten, bend, straighten, and in. Inhale, exhale as you bend, inhale as you straighten, exhale as you come in. Don't round your back, just keep it flat, and core is strong. Inhale, straighten, exhale, bend. Inhale, straighten, exhale, in. One more. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, and release. Let your sitting bones kind of roll around, release it, and then sit back onto your heels and roll out the wrists. So what that last move was doing was it was really working your core a lot. And of course your arms and your legs. But if you felt it a lot on your wrist, really give yourself some love right now. Take this time to roll out those wrists and know that you're gonna get stronger the more you do this kind of work. Your arms, your forearms will build up strength and your wrists should build up tolerance to this kind of exercise. Just make sure that you're spreading out your fingers when you do the move, okay? Spread out your fingers. So let's do the other side. Go ahead and come onto those hands and knees. Inhale and then exhale, zip up your core. Pelvic floor is lifted, low abs are pulled in, everything is super tight and strong, and left leg back. So if you need to be up on fists, you can do that too. Or again, spread out those fingers. And now we're gonna do big leg circles. So strong through that glute muscle, the butt muscle, and strong through your core. The only thing moving is your leg. Big circles, so you're stretching and strengthening, but keep your low back nice and long. Don't let it be arching up and down like this. We want to keep the back pretty, solid and stable. Now go the other way, reversing directions of your leg circles. Keep going, big leg circles. You should be shaking a little bit right now. You are working everything, double duty moves. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're gonna bring the leg down and triceps push-ups. So bring your arms back. Your elbows are gonna be close to your sides and they're gonna face the back of the room. Touch your forehead to the ground and exhale up. So touch the forehead and exhale up. Now, keep going. Push-ups in general can be a little bit challenging for people with pelvic floor issues like prolapse. So this style, this very, very modified triceps push-up right here. Can be a little bit safer. For some people, it can feel better than a full push-up because your hips are elevated and you're not putting quite as much strain on your core as you would if you were in like a full push-up position. So just keep breathing. Exhale as you push up. Use those triceps. Straighten your arms strong. Try not to pop and lock them out. Just slowly straighten them up. And let's do 2 more. Exhaling as you come up. Whew. All right, take another quick little break in puppy pose. Roll out your wrists and internally rotate your thighs by bringing your feet out to the side. This widens your sitting bones apart and allows you to really feel a bit more of a stretch through that pelvic floor. So we like to activate our pelvic floor when we're activating our core, of course. It helps keep everything stable. It helps the whole core team of muscles work together to activate pelvic floor first. But if you keep it active throughout the entire, 20-minute workout, it makes those muscles too tired and they don't work well. So you have to give them a break now and then to release. Okay, now bring the feet back close together. Come back up onto your hands. Zip up your core again, nice and strong. Left leg back again. Hold it. Reach back with that right hand. Feel that butt cheek. Do you feel it? Feel it strong? I hope so. Now, lift that right arm up. Here we go. Using our brain, we bend. Arm comes back, leg bends up. And then we straighten, and then we come in. So we're not rounding our back or anything, we're just coming in. Core is strong, back is long, everything is stable the whole time. So straighten, bend, straighten, and in. Straighten, bend, straighten, and in. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. One more. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Nice job. Roll out the bottom and let's come onto our sides. So come down onto your side and we're gonna come straight into a bent knee position. Your hand can be under your head and lift both legs up. Top leg arm is gonna go up toward the ceiling. This makes you have to use your core more for balance. So arm is up, you are lifted. If this cranks your neck too much, go ahead and put your head down, whatever feels good. But you're gonna use that core, pelvic floor first, low abs. Hold it strong, and we lift and touch. Lift and touch, slow and controlled. Lift and touch. Lift and touch. Don't tip back. Everything is super stable through here. Let's do 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. And now come up about halfway, straighten that top leg, bottom leg comes down onto the ground. The top hand can go behind the head. Just make sure your head's not cranked forward like this. You want to be open through the chest. Now, we're going to do the same little leg circles as before. Big leg circles, actually. Now notice that your body's going to want to, you can have your arm like this as well if you'd like, or just on your hip. But just don't be bracing on the floor because that's cheating. We want to really use our core for balance here. So make sure that the only thing moving is your leg. This is a strengthener and a stretch. As you roll your leg on back, you're stretching out the hip flexors and strengthening the booty and the side hips. So circle it around and now go the other way, reversing direction. Keep breathing. Keep breathing. Let's do 4, 3, 2. You should really be feeling this. 1, and nice job. After all that work, we've got to let it go. So I want you to take a break, bring that top leg up and over, relax all of your muscles, and feel like you're breathing into your pelvic floor. In fact, I like to actually use my hands and kind of grab my top butt cheek and lift it up a little bit. That helps release those pelvic floor muscles. And you can also just kind of pound out the hip as well. So just breathe, send light, send love, send release into the pelvic floor and butt muscles. And then we're gonna go to the other side. So carefully press yourself up on an exhale to a seated position and switch sides. Straight into our first move, zipped up through the core. Both feet lift. Your feet stay touching the whole time. If you didn't notice that, make sure you get that on this round. Your feet are touching the whole time as we open and close. Open and close. Your core is having to be super strong in order to stay balanced so you don't tip backwards. Please keep breathing. I want you to feel the work on the way down and on the way up. So it's like you're reaching up and then pressing down. Reach up and press down. 4 more. Reach up and press down. Keeping those feet together. 2 more. Last one. Now, top leg straightens, bottom leg goes flat on the ground, and then the top arm goes behind your head. But just make sure your head doesn't go forward. Still zipped up and strong. Big leg circles. Now, the only thing moving is your leg. If this is too much on your neck, then you can switch things up and maybe put your head down and your hand on your hip. Just do whatever works for you. But I want you to go big circles and nice and controlled through your core. Your hand is not on the ground. That's cheating. Keep it up here or up here so that you're having to use your core for balance. Oh, let's go the other way with the leg. Big circles the other way. You should really feel that stretch in the front and the strength in the back. Keep going. Core is strong. Booty is strong. Stretching and strengthening. 3, 2, and last 1. Oh, nice job. Top leg comes over the bottom. Pound it out. Rub it out. Maybe even take your hand and lift up and kind of release the pelvic floor muscles that are in between your sitting bones. Releasing them, sending breath, sending energy, sending release to those muscles. I said it before, but I'll say it again. It's really important to give your muscles, your pelvic floor, a break. It can't stay contracted strongly throughout a 20-minute workout. It needs a break now and then. So let's go ahead now and press ourselves up to sit on an exhale. And we're going to come into a seated pigeon pose. So carefully bring one leg up and place it over up top of your knee on the opposite side. So my right leg is crossed over. Now, if you need less of a stretch, you can make your foot go more forward. If you want more, you can bring that foot farther back. And I want you to feel it right about here. Now, make sure that you're not collapsing down. That's really bad for prolapse. You want to be tall and lifted. And I want you to even take your hand and bring your butt cheeks back. So you're sitting up on your sitting bones themselves. Like you're really sitting on those sitting bone spikes. You are not tucked under. Like I said, that's really bad for your pelvic floor and your back. And it's also not good for prolapse. It increases the pressure. So we want to stay really, really lifted. Let's take another breath, feeling the stretch on the side hip. We're not contracting right now. We're just releasing and letting go. Now, this next move is going to be a strengthener and a stretch and a great detoxifier. So it's a twist. And I want you to be really careful that you don't round your back. So if you need to stop at a certain level because I'm going too far, listen to your body and stop when you need to. So you're going to take your left hand and bring it to the outside of your right foot. Now, lift up your pelvic floor, pull in your low abs, and stay lifted through your heart. No rounding. I want you to, in one smooth move, exhale and take that foot so it's facing forward, kind of like a bow and arrow, like you're pulling a bow and arrow toward you. Now notice how I'm not roundy like this. I am tall and lifted. Inhaling, lengthening, and exhaling, twisting from my belly button, feeling that compression in the digestive organs. This is so good for detoxification. So you can, if you have the flexibility, you can straighten the leg. But this is great, but I'm gonna keep showing like this. So just make sure that you're not rounding through your back. You can stay right here just enjoying this sensation of a weird move that you've probably never done before, and a deep, deep spinal twist, lifted through the spine. If you want even more, you can lift up the arm. If you want even more, you can exhale as you work your biceps and your lats, and you pull your arm. So bending your elbow. Let's do 3 more. 2, staying lifted the whole time. 1, nice. Put your arm down and carefully put your foot down and come into a reverse tabletop. So fingers out to the side. Inhale, exhale, lift your pelvic floor, squeeze your butt cheeks and lift, 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 lift. Squeeze your buns, lift high, high, high. Holding it, pressing into your feet. This is working your triceps. It's stretching your front hips and it's strengthening your butt. And now come on down. Okay, roll out those wrists again, and we're gonna go into the other side. Seated pigeon pose. Find that perfect stretch and just breathe and relax. Remember to bring your butt cheeks back so that you're sitting up on your sitting bones. I really think it helps to use my hand and actually scoop my butt back. Make sure you're not roundy like this. You're lifted. So we're, stretching our hips, and we're also strengthening our arms and opening through our chest, getting big, deep breaths. So good. Take another deep breath. And then go ahead and sit up tall, lifted through the pelvic floor, pulled in through the low abs, hold on to the outside of the foot. Now, in one smooth move, exhale and bring that foot forward. Now remember, you are lifted the whole time, through your chest, through your heart. Don't round your back. Now, it's like you're a bow and arrow, pulling that knee toward your chest. But I want you to just stay like this, twisting from your belly button, lengthening through your spine. If you want to straighten that leg, you can, but it's not necessary. I'm not going to. I'll keep it bent. Now, sitting up tall, twisting. If you want more, you bring the arm out to the side and look behind you. If you want even more, you exhale as you bend the elbow. Inhale. Exhale. Keep that knee pointed right in line with your body. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. And here we go. Down. Press the foot down toward the ground. And we go back into the reverse table. So 1 more of these. Inhale. Exhale. Lift the pelvic floor. Squeeze the booty and come on up. Stay like this. If you want more, if you are advanced and you know that reverse plank is in your practice, then you can try this one too. Hands might be better facing forward or slightly out to the side. You inhale, exhale. Be careful with this one. It can cause pressure on your pelvic floor if you're not quite ready for it, okay? So inhale, exhale, lift your whole body off the floor, rolling the shoulders back. Press your feet toward the ground. Lift your hips so you can no longer see your feet. Lift your heart so you can no longer see your hips. So you're lifting, 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 looking up toward the ceiling. Everything is tight and strong. Or you're in that reverse table. And then very carefully, come on down. Use your breath. Don't hold your breath ever. And release. Okay, flap those legs apart. And let's end by coming onto our side and moving into a mini happy baby. So I'm gonna have you carefully bring one leg up and hold on behind the thigh. So just put the elbow on the ground. And then on the other side, we're now gonna carefully bring it up as well. With prolapse, you wanna be really careful about doing exercises where you have one leg just kind of hanging out in space. You always wanna be supported when your legs are up. Always be supported, okay? Unless you've built up strength and control, it's important to start out with that support. So breathing deeply. And I want you to really think about releasing the pelvic floor, maybe even rocking gently side to side. Should feel really good, like a stretch through the hips and a release through the groin. And now go ahead and bring one foot down onto the floor and the other foot comes down as well. Bring the feet together, and this is our last strengthening move right here. It's for the inner thighs. And what it is you're simply going to press the low back toward the floor. So don't let your low back arch. I want you to press that low back toward the floor. Tighten up your pelvic floor muscles, so do a gentle little contraction. It's kind of interesting with your legs apart like this to do a gentle contraction, but go ahead and try a little lift of your pelvic floor. It should feel good. And then I want you to bring the knees together on an exhale. Feel that really fires up your center line, your inner thighs, your pelvic floor, your low abs, and then release. So fire up that center line. Now, if you want more, you can actually place your hands on your inner thighs and provide a little bit of resistance. So this is kind of a neat move because you can provide more resistance if you want more, or you can provide less resistance by just gently placing your hands on there, or no resistance if you don't want resistance at all. So grade what you need. Your feet stay touching the whole time. Exhale as you bring the knees together. Provide as much resistance as you want. Don't let your low back arch off the ground. And make sure that you feel when your legs are coming together that you're feeling a lift of the pelvic floor and not a bulging down. If you ever feel a bulging down or a bearing down, that means that you're not doing it right or your muscles are just too tired right now and you need to take a break. So exhale and lift your pelvic floor, lift your knees together. Let's do 2 more. Last one here. And both knees to one side. Mine are to the right. Top leg, lift it up. We're going to open like a book and then close like a book. Open like a book and close like a book. It's just a little back massage and an inner thigh stretch and a pelvic floor release. Breathe steadily. It should feel really nice. So this is a wonderful workout to do fairly regularly. You could do it 3 to 5 times a week and get good results, but always listen to your body. And if you're new to prolapse, I want to let you know that I have a brand new beginner's guide to prolapse. It's the ultimate beginner's guide to prolapse on my website, and I definitely want you to check it out. I will put the link to that in the video notes, so please don't miss that. And right now, for your final move, go ahead and just carefully come back onto your back and straighten one leg out and then the other, and spend just a couple of breaths integrating all of this total body work. We worked our core. We worked our arms and shoulders. We worked our wrists and forearms. We worked our booty, our hips, our thighs. We worked everything. Work your ankles right now and your calves by just gently pressing your feet up and down, and then just be. Couple of breaths. Breathing deeply into your side ribs, expanding all the way around, and then exhaling long and slow. Go ahead and finish out right there. And I'm just gonna press up onto my seat to tell you that I'm so proud of you for working out with me today. If you enjoyed this workout, I hope you'll subscribe to my channel. We always have new videos coming out for anybody with a pelvic floor. We have information for you. So until next time, remember, for vibrant health, eat clean, move every day, and you will shine brighter. And remember, if you have prolapse, please check the video notes and check out the Ultimate Beginner's Guide to Prolapse. The link is in the notes, and you're really gonna enjoy this guide. All right, thanks so much for watching. I'll see you next time.